and I think my underdog is going to be the Minnesota Vikings. I'm kind of shocked that they are not favored in this game.
Yeah.
I mean, the Lions at home are
Lions
favored.
are finally getting some respect.
And rightfully so, right? I mean, I think that's it's fair to have the Lions be favored, but if you're going to give a 10-2 team as an underdog against a team below 500, I'm going to take that every day of the week. I'm sorry, it's just that's the way it's going to be, and it's another divisional game too. So I think these two teams very familiar with one another, but I just I like the Vikings in terms of outright winning this game. I did see an interesting stat. There is a graphic that was released that kind of made some headway. Now, it means absolutely nothing, but if it is these teams' records in one possession games, if it were flipped, if they had, instead of the games that they won, they lost by one possession, the Minnesota Vikings would be a 1-11. If one thing goes differently in their season, they could be a completely different team.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Now, I don't, again, that stat means absolutely nothing. I just found it a little interesting.
I wouldn't say it means nothing. It's a really good point because the Lions have lost a ton of really heartbreaking games in really, really close matches, like you just said. And, I think it's worth pointing out. I think we're looking for a shootout because these Lions teams, they remind me of, the Sean Payton, Drew Brees era when that offense was at its height. It's in an indoor stadium. The defenses are terrible. The offenses are always going to score points. I think that's a pretty low over-under, if you ask me.
Really? You're easily taking the over at 51.5.
I think I would.
Yeah, I'm taking the over as well. The only way the under hits is if it's a Kirk Cousins, Jared Goff interception, turnover, just debacle.
It could happen. I mean, Kirk Cousins hasn't been lighting it up, but I think he's got 18 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. He was my start of the week for fantasy.
There you go.
On our show. And simply because of this game. And the Lions, they're a fun team to watch because they can score points.
Yep.
And their defense sucks. Those are two
recipes for a shootout.
Yeah, for a really good game.
Yeah.
All right, my underdog, I might live to regret it. I'm doing it, Jets fans.
Are you a Mike White believer? Where is your take on Mike White?
I believe in Mike White more than I believe in Zach Wilson.
Oh, there it is. All right.
The Jets' offense is better. Like, their receivers are so much better when it's just not Zach Wilson taking the snaps. And I think you see Zach Wilson on the sideline pouting in his hoodie. It just seems to me like he's probably done there. Mm-hmm. And the only reason I'm picking the Jets as my underdog, I don't think they win this game, but I don't think that the Bills can cover 10 points. I think it'll be closer than people are giving it credit for.
The Bills haven't been playing necessarily the best football in the NFL like they've been supposed to be, right?
They haven't been superhuman like they started. Yeah. And let's not forget, the Jets beat them just a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah. Yeah. And so you're right. I think that the Jets, I think it's a good possibility that the Jets cover 10. I don't think they win this game, but I think they cover.
Yeah, I think if the Jets cover or win, I think that this over hits. But if the Bills manage to just, take this game by 10 points or more, I think it's going to be on the lower aspect. And so I never feel good about taking the under with the Bills because they can explode at any time.